Now let's talk about how we got to the light so we can help our brothers and sisters who still haven't overcome their demons. But guess what? We all have devils on different levels. So through conversations, we use the tools of insight to light the path of hope. Let's have a chat and stop running from our issues. If we live through it, then talking about it probably won't kill us. That's what we're doing. Talking, crying, laughing, joking. But we're looking inward so we can grow outward is the theme of the show. The caterpillar transforming into the butterfly is the goal and purpose of this podcast. When you talk about you, I learn about me. Iron sharpens iron and steel sharpens steel, so we can cut through the fog of despair into the hope of today. Welcome to Conversations with Malik. And before we start today's show, please don't forget to follow us at convoswithmalik.com, convoswithmalik.com. There you will find all our show's social media links. We on Facebook, Conversations with Malik, Instagram, Con W Malik, Apple iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube. Like our channel, share us, subscribe, hit the little bell, share the good news and share the good message. And listen, I'm here today, and and she's looking at me like, what is going on here? And I want to, and listen, first of all, she has a beautiful smile. I'm glad, Sister Patrice, that we were able to connect. She's doing some wonderful things. She has some great things going on. We're going to talk about her life, and I saw her on Instagram. And now the last name, I hope I'm saying it right.
Mm-hmm. Francois.
Francois.
Yes.
So the F-R-A-N, so the C, the O, the I, and the S gives you the schwa.
Yeah. Well, it has like a little thing on top that no one really sees, but that's give it the schwa.
And her business name is Mss Francois.
Make sure you say MSS. Miss.
Yes, because it's not an I there. It's And what exactly do you do in your business?
Wait, let me see what the MSS means.
Oh yeah, break it down.
So it's multi-talented and super sexy. I'm right. Oh my God, I know.
Multi-talented and super sexy. I actually like that.
Focus show with a comedic twist. So the whole point of it is, you know how we women especially, because it's more focused on women because I'm a woman, and women, as soon as we have an issue, the guy cheated, whatever issues we have in our life, and we're always crying and telling our girlfriends, whatever the case might be, I'm like, okay, that's wonderful. After you cry, let's laugh about it. So the show, I kind of put a little twist on it. So I don't want anyone coming on my show talking, oh my God, I'm alive, whatever. We all go through that, you're not that special.
Right.
So let's laugh about it, let's learn something after all those bad things supposedly has happened. But one of the things that I like, it's only like 30 minutes, but the first 5 minutes I tend to have like a comic come on, because when people start to watch a show, if you have something funny, it keeps them tuned in. Right. Right? So instead of something boring, like, hi, my name is Mr. Nah. Yeah. So most of I started with a comedian, or I entertain. I said I'm the cross between like some Carol Burnett. Okay. So I'm a cross between Carol Burnett.
You went old school with Carol Burnett.
So like I twisted with Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett.
No, but listen to it. It's like a mixture. Then you take Steve Harvey and Oprah having a baby. That's my show. See? Think about it.
Okay.
So because some of the time in the family,
I like your show, by the way.
Well, thank you. I mean, yes, thank you. I'm not good with taking compliments. I normally give myself all the compliments. So thank you. You
give yourself compliments, but you're not good at taking it.
No.
Okay. So why a show about relationships? Why?
Why? Well, honestly, it's all about me. That's how it started. Because one of the biggest issues I have in my life is trying to find a man, or for the man to find me. So that's one of the biggest issues. I always had issues with that. And yes, I know you're thinking, oh my God, you're like 5'5", brown eyes, caramel complexion, I'm basically perfection. That's what you're thinking, right? Yes?
Not necessarily.
Oh, well, no, at the end of the day, I'm cute as hell, I'm smart, I have an amazing personality. What could be the problem? That's what you're thinking also? I know. But anyway, that's one of the issues. And because of the relationships that I've had, I started to get frustrated.
Okay.
Right. So even
because they wasn't recognizing your work.
Exactly, and sometimes that has to do with you as a person too. You don't even recognize your worth, right? And you keep going in these relationships over and over.
And you settle for less than what you're actually worth.
Exactly. You know, so I was always a person that attracted someone that always needed help. So I'm always helping them do this, helping them get whatever, and then whatever happens.
So let me ask you this: what is it about you that you always attract that to you?
Exactly. That's certain things that I have to work on. I think I'm a helper. So as soon as I see someone, I'm like, oh, I could help the potential, but now I realize potential times potential equals zero. Because you can have a potential to do anything, but if you're not doing anything with the potential, you're not getting nothing.
So you have a helping spirit, and you're a helper. And some of us are just natural; we're just born helpers. Some of us become helpers as a result of circumstances and situations in our childhood. You know, you grew up in Trinidad, Tobago. Part of you growing up and where you grew up in your family structure, were you kind of set in place as a helper, or were you in a position where you had to help your family and other people growing up?
Yes, because at a young age, like when I was 11, my mom left and it was just me and my brothers and sisters, so I became like the mom at that time, so I was taking care of my brothers.
You were the
and sisters.
oldest?
Yeah, at 11, and my brothers, it's a twin. They were 3 at the time, and then my sister was 8.
So when your mom left, what do you mean she left?
That's what it was. She left. She went to do whatever she did. You know, families have issues and they broke up.
Okay,
So I would just say
we
she
just
left.
talking. Okay, she left. I mean, where did she go? Why did she leave?
Well, Lord, all my business on the streets. Well, she left for whatever reason. At that time, when parents have issues or whatever the case might be, she thought the best thing to do was to leave at that time.
Where did she go?
She went there about her life.
And she was still in the area.
Right, but we didn't, at that point in time, we didn't see our mom that much because, as always, parents always do things and parents say things or whatever and have the kids disliking one or the other.
So y'all were, you were still with your father?
Yeah, so daddy was with us.
And then daddy had to work?
Right, do us, right. So I took the kids to school and cooking and all that stuff.
And then dinner at 11?
Right, but the
What kind of food were you
well,
making?
in the beginning, oh my God, right now, at 11, all I could do was like corned beef and rice. Right, when we call it bhaji, but spinach and rice. Like up to
You
now,
call it
like
what?
bhaji.
Bhaji,
Right.
okay.
So at that time, even now, my brothers and sisters said they hate corned beef because of me. But I was never like.
So somebody makes some corned beef, they're choking like,
Yeah, like they literally hate it. My sister said she hates it.
She hates it to this
Yeah.
day. Okay, so you had to take on the role as the mom at 11 when you were supposed to just be still being a child.
Yeah.
In taking on that role, there's a lot that comes with that. A two-part question. What was that experience like being abandoned by your mom? And then two, did you feel the weight kind of like of the family on your shoulders, being that you had to take the place of the mom?
With mom leaving, of course, any parent leaving, it's like, first it's like a shock because in the back of your mind, she's coming. And in my mind, 11, I'm like, oh, she's leaving, but she's coming back. But I think I immediately just switched into protective mode. So there was a point in time where, fine, my mom is not there, whatever. I understood mom is not coming back. And to a point I was okay with it. I think I was just dealing with it. You know, I never lashed out, I never got in trouble. I was always the perfect child.
Okay.
So the only thing I would have an issue with my parents is that, like, my mom used to come and see us in school or whatever. So she still used to try to be in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
But what parents always do is you don't know what my dad is doing on the other side, what you're not seeing. And there came a time when I never saw my mom, like, for years or whatever the case might be. And after a while in my mind, I said my mom hated us or whatever. And I put up that block, and as far as I'm concerned, I didn't have a mom to a certain point, but I was okay with it because that's what it was. And as far as my brothers and sisters, in my mindset, I was kind of happy. I like kind of doing the mother role. I like they having to come ask me what to do and what they can do. So to a point, I never saw it as a burden, but my dad saw it as a burden to me. And in his mind, let me come to America to relieve like that stress for me to like find myself. And in my head, that's not what I wanted to do.
Y'all came over here.
I came over here.
You?
Yeah.
At what age did you come over here?
17.
Without them?
Yeah, it was just me.
So, your first relationship is at around what age? Meaningful relationship.
Before that I didn't even know what, can I say penis?
You want to say
I
dick?
don't know. No, because at that time.
Say dick.
Oh, I like penis though.
What? You don't want to say
dick. Alright.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't know how to fight for one.
Yeah, this is a podcast. Yeah.
Okay. My thing was, I didn't even know what a dick looked like. Like I wasn't, I'm from Canada.
And then we can take it a step further later in the interview if you want to say cock.
Okay.
It's
good to know. Thank you.
Just sharing, giving you some,
So, with coming over here, that first relationship was all the wrong things. Because me being here by myself, in my mindset, I had a mind of a 10-year-old.
Gotcha.
Even though I came here when I was 17. Because sheltered in the islands, you're sheltered.
Right.
And then the person I stayed by, they were not nice people.
Okay.
Not nice people. And so when you're staying with that, at that time, the kind of family I had that I came up here with, there was like you find a man, you get money, and that's how you survive. And I did not understand those kind of things.
Okay, so you took that mindset into relationships. So now, at this point, you're attracting.
Right.
As you get older, so now you seem to attract people who need somebody to help them.
Yeah. And right.
And that has been a reoccurring theme.
Right. In most of my relationships. Yes.
Right. So then, in these relationships, do you find yourself wanting to help? Because you talked about earlier how you didn't have a problem with being in that role.
But helping is good. My thing is, I could see somebody, and then I could plan the whole next year. Like, okay, you need to get this passport, you need to do this. Okay, let me help you find a job. I'll read the whole entire book. If you want to do something, say you want to learn to cook, I'll read the whole book, give you the short version in one page. I'll set up any kind of interview. I do everything. But in my mind, I'm just helping. But most of the time, people just, when you're doing all the work, they don't appreciate it or take it for granted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of the issues that just keep recurring. In my
mind, they take it as you're supposed to be. After a while,
right.
People who you do things for, they start to think that you're supposed to be doing this. And whenever you stop doing it, there's something wrong with you because they stay claim. So human beings have a very animalistic instinct in the sense of they're very territorial. So people can become territorial emotionally, financially, mentally, and spiritually. And what I mean by territorial is based on what it is that I'm helping you with. If I continually help you as a routine, that routine begins to become a part of that person's life.
Okay, why is he so deep?
So that routine becomes a part of their life. So that help, it starts to be hardwired in their mind like a circuit, like that cord going into the wall. It starts to hardwire in their minds that this is what my day is like.
Learned behavior.
It becomes a habit. Habits are actions and behaviors that are practiced often. That is the framework of addiction. So they become addicted like a dope fiend or like a crackhead to the help you're giving. Right. When you stop giving it, they need their fix. And that's where the lashing out comes in because they've been hardwired that you do this for me, it now becomes mine, it's my territory. And when you start to pull back and say, some of that help that I'm giving to you, aren't in a space to give it right now. Because I actually need that for me.
Right. I always want to be doing something, and everyone I would get, like when they see me doing something, they'll tell me, oh, you don't need, like, I want to say do my master's or whatever. They're like, oh, why are you going to do your master's? You already have your bachelor's. So that was always the kind of people. So I'm helping you try to get you to another level. And then to me, you're supposed to be always growing, right? Always learning. Right. And that's something I love to do. And they not see why I'm doing what I'm doing. They'll say, "Oh, that's too much," or it was more of a negative thing instead of like trying to uplift me and push me to go further.
Right.
So that's another thing that I always revert back and would make me really angry.
So let me ask you this. So you know we attract kind of who we are in a sense,
Yeah.
and we kind of attract what we desire. And so somewhat in helping people, there's two things in helping people. I have power and control.
Yeah, I can see that.
I have power and control. At least I think I do. So from a young child, you were given power and control. And usually, and I'm talking to identification, the reason why I like power and control is because I don't want people to see where I'm really vulnerable.
I'm not paying for this therapy session, right? This
No,
free?
no, look.
Okay, this
Yeah. So look, I don't want people to see where I'm really vulnerable.
Okay.
So we're talking about relationships and how people relate to each other, right? I don't want people to see. I'm talking about me because I'm in a leadership position. I help a lot of people. The reason why I can talk it, because this is something I have to watch with me all the time. I kind of like power and control because I don't want people to really see where I'm vulnerable. And I'm actually the one that needs a lot of help.
Okay, I'll be leaving now. Because I want to be helping you.
Yeah. So in these relationships conversations that you have with your show, what have you found out most about Patrice Francois? What have you found out most about you?
In my show,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I focus on that even so much. Like,
Why not?
I like until you brought it up, I'm like, what do I never saw it that way. I guess again, I think when I'm doing the show, I'm thinking about other people than I'm thinking about
Yeah, still though,
Right.
because because that's the illusion of the power and control. But then your show also needs to be your testimony of your walk and how that all relates and connects. Because you got a powerful story. You're beautiful, you're talented, you're smart.
Keep going.
You said you got your master's.
2.
You funny.
Okay.
You're funny. You got a wonderful smile.
And it's all my own teeth too.
And your eyes lit up the room when you came in.
That's a fact.
You know what you didn't do? Now, you didn't just raise the left one. You didn't just raise the left one. So, you've done a lot of wonderful things. And, you're talking here, when I said this portion of the interview is about your butterfly stage, how did you overcome your obstacles? You said something powerful. And I picked up on this, and that's why I went where I went. People don't understand, like, when they answer me these questions,
Yes.
they're ambushing themselves. Because I'm preparing for you.
Okay.
We'll cut that out of here. We'll cut that from the interview.
So
they what? They're gonna know now. Let me pull back a little bit. No.
I don't think I overcame it. It's more like I accepted it. Life goes on, and sometimes you feel like you can't change the outcome. What the outcome was, so you just make the best of it. Come to the USA with sad and depressed, and you talk about your childhood. I would say that God and listening to MJ music, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson had some powerful music. Right?
Yeah, I love Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Michael, nobody's music is more transformational and powerful than Michael Jackson. And I don't think will ever be.
Look who his mentor was at the time that he had him. Quincy?
Oh, Quincy, right.
With the knowledge and stuff that he had, and Michael spent time with him, like, so the knowledge and stuff that Michael got, and the musicality that he received, it would never, ever be like that again. Because that was like Phil Jackson and Michael Jordan. It's just something that can never be recreated again. At the age that they both were, Michael soaked up that information from Quincy. But at a point where Quincy was able to pour into Michael so that he could receive it.
He was an empty cup and he was the child.
But it was enough of Quincy already to give to somebody else for them to absorb it and become something great. Nobody else could ever get that from Quincy, not even his own kids. It's crazy. I'm a Michael Jackson fan too. So that's where that came from. And I'm a musician too, so
That's deep.
I'm telling you.
That's deep. And you talked about you live in books, name it, I read it, or plan on reading it. I'm reading as we speak. From the classic of Dale Carnegie and Napoleon Hill, The Laws of Success.
I think I'm going rich.
So, Think and Grow Rich. So, you know, I'm a reader. Readers are leaders and leaders are readers. I listen to more audible books now.
Yeah, because like where I work, I drive. So I just finished like Destiny from T.D. Jakes. Like I just love reading. I mean, I should say I focus mostly on personal development or people's story, autobiographies and biographies, because you know I like the ones that you hear what they've been through and how they made it. Because I don't like books that just tell you, hi, I was born, and then all of a sudden you're a superstar or whatever the case might be. It kind of gives everybody hope.
Well, that's what we're doing here. And that's what we're doing here, the struggle.
Yeah.
Because as beautiful and talented and articulate as you are, I want somebody to watch this and say, oh, shoot. Wow. My mom left me too. Right? There's no excuse. Look at her. Because you're the bomb. Look at her. She got there. I want you to talk to me a little more about you and who you currently are. Who are you currently right now?
Currently, the funny thing is I just went to like a personal development and transformation class, like I just finished like a few days ago. And we had this thing, like everybody had their mantra, and we had to say, my name is Patrice. I am an outrageous, responsible, open individual. Well, I'm a leader. And when we did certain things, it kind of focused on who you actually are, and like they pulled it out of you. So right now, from whatever circumstance I've been through, because I've did the whole little homeless stuff and whatever the case might be, and to be where I am right now, I feel like I'm unstoppable. Like anything is possible. Because after I've been through certain things, after a while, you kind of use those things as a crutch. Oh, I was this, I was that. So it's like I have to do the story. So whatever story that we constantly on my things we've been through, I'm at this point where any and everything is possible. So, because why dwell in certain things? Like, how much time are you going to play the same story? This happened to me. Right, cooks you food, that kind of person.
Rides.
Like,
those are played out, man.
No, they're not.
And he's still doing piggyback rides?
I've been trying to get piggyback rides too.
See? That's the walk in the
No, I'm dead serious.
I love those.
They'll say, no, they're not. What are you talking about?
I'm not piggyback ride.
Taken away from mine.
But he was wonderful. He's the kind of storybook person, and then you find out later he's been picking up prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? So you go from a level of this to thinking this is gonna be a husband.
Prostitute.
Yeah.
What happened? He got caught like.
The thing is, the
cops arrested him.
Not
How did
yet.
you find out?
That's the thing. I'm a woman, okay? The thing is, I always consider myself a cool girlfriend, right? Like I said, even if I know you're doing something, I'm like, if you're talking to someone, I'm the kind of person, he talking. Yeah, we're human. You what kind of conversation
How did you find out?
right? You go, oh, this is the funny thing.
How did you find
This
out?
is the thing. I'm actually a good girlfriend that don't go through your phone, right? The funny thing is, he's the kind of guy that buys everything the same. We have the same phone, the same everything. He's amazing. He's wonderful. I'll never take that away from him, right? We have the same phone. I picked up his phone to go through to text somebody, and he's right next to me. He's right here by looking over my shoulder. I'm going through the phone, and I'm seeing like, oh, you pick me up, or have a nice night, or whatever. And I'm like an idiot, like, who the hell text me this, right? So, but I'm a fast reader, I scan through it or whatever, and I'm like, babe, I'm like, oh, this is your phone, right?
Oh.
But I already scanned through certain things. So that's when after I saw that, because before many times I could have gone in his phone, but what's the purpose?
Yeah.
But after I saw that I did go back in the phone, and whatever, he went to like dance class with someone, I'm like, oh, maybe, I always try to see a positive side.
Yeah.
So, and it was calypso. So he said he was going to learn dancing for me because he can't dance. So all these things I could try to believe, whatever. But some of the texts, it didn't make any sense, right? So I made up this whole story. Now if you ever hear this, I just make up a story. I had a friend who was a private investigator or whatever. So I told him, now to be honest, I told him that we was talking, we had this deep conversation about how much he loves me and blah, 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 blah. And I said, if you love me so much, why do you keep cheating on me? Right? I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know if he was really cheating. That's what I made up, whatever. And then I'm like, how many people are you going to keep cheating on me with? And I'm calm. I'm not like, oh my God, I'm screaming and whatever.
Yeah.
And then he went silent. And I'm like, the same girl that you picked up, wherever, I don't know. I made that whole story up. You know, and I made it up. He started talking or whatever.
Damn.
So he started talking like, oh, it was only a few times or whatever the case might be. And then at the same time, we have, my best friend is a guy, right? And he talks to him. But people gotta remember, if that's my friend at the end of the day, who friend it is my friend, that's not your friend. So even when he's talking to that other guy, he's thinking because they're guys, he's, whatever.
So he's telling him stuff.
Yeah, you're stupid. And at the end of the day, it's like wasn't one prostitute, was many prostitutes, and at least my thing is, this is how I think though, right? Even if you're doing prostitute, can you do the classy ones and have the classy ones, Don't go on Jamaica Avenue and something. That's like disrespectful to me.
Something in South Road
Right.
and the ass. Lord. Oh.
So that's the other thing, but the thing that really upset, like, this is how I think. I'm like,
Well, you can't fault them. They close back page.
oh, okay.
Backpage.com.
You know all this stuff.
Oh, shit.
But in short,
No, I'm just
but in short, to even sum that up,
They do close back.
we even try to work, he's like, we get therapy or whatever, because is he lacking something in himself? Because it's not like he was having a whole relationship with emotional. So I try to see that, okay, what's emotional?
And you was even trying to work with it.
Right, yeah, because I always say I see things a different way. I don't go crazy. All these books I'm reading has to be doing something. I got you. No, I'm like, okay, something is lacking in him. He started telling me how he didn't feel like he was enough, and I didn't really need him because I did everything myself, and he wasn't worth much, and he feel like he was just standing there to be cute next to me or whatever. And what was he really bringing value? He's a person that he wants me to be like, how to do this and how to get here, and I figured all that by myself. But the thing is, at the end of the day, when we did go to the therapist or whatever, and she's actually on one of my shows, she actually ended up coming on,
Okay.
or whatever. The funny thing is, he started turning everything around to me.
On you.
It was like, he actually stopped talking to me. He was already quiet, and he was or how I talk. He don't like how I talk to him, and it's been 6 weeks. He's like, oh, it's been 6 weeks. He went to therapy. He joined a men's church thing or whatever. I didn't even try to pat him on the back to tell him good job. I'm like, it's been 6 weeks. You've been sleeping with many prostitutes, and even that. After that, I found out he was with this girl that he cheated with like a year before. She was in the house, and it was like next level.
What did you learn the most from all of the relationships? Now, I want to say all of the.
Right, because every relationship is
But
different too.
what have you learned the most about Patrice? And what is Patrice looking for?
Well, first of all, it's who is looking for me. I ain't looking for nobody.
Whoa.
Okay? Because I think that was one of her problems. I was looking.
Gotcha. So
No.
you're just gonna let it happen.
Right, it's supposed to happen, and it's only now, like, this year I was saying, oh, I'm just gonna work on my show. I'm not gonna, as far as I'm concerned, I don't wanna see any penis. I was like, if I see a penis, I'm gonna chop it off. But maybe after I lick it a little, but I'm most likely gonna chop it off, right? But I'm just saying,
Just a little?
just a little, because I don't wanna get drawn into that. I'm focused. Mss Francois Show, that's it.
So just a little fellatio. You're not
Yeah,
sucking
yeah,
it.
and
Just
I
fellatio.
mean, you can't see a whole penis and I do nothing with it. I gotta be like, and
I mean,
I'm
but
like,
I'm
alright,
getting
no.
frustrated with some fellatio.
I love this shit. Listen, you've had quite a few accomplishments. So, where it says please list any accomplishments or board certificates. 2 master's degrees, business administration, human resource management. Certified in studio and field production. Winner of District 46 Humorous Speech Contest. Toastmasters. Love working with organizations that have an impact with kids. Work with Aim High Empowerment Institute and on the board of directors of Fordham Kiwanis.
Yeah, very good.
I'm a bank manager, but don't really want to mention that. Okay. I just did. Oh, and I drive Uber, Lyft,
Yeah.
and you said you're concerned with that. That's an accomplishment. So you're the ultimate hustler. You do your thing,
Yeah.
right? And that's dope because you're very personable. Talk to me about your future aspirations because you got some big aspirations here. I
Those
want
are
you
things
to
that I have declared that's going to happen.
declare them here on the show.
Okay.
And then I want you to plug your social media stuff so people can know how to find you. What are your future plans and
Okay,
aspirations?
so as far as I'm concerned, what is going to happen, that I declare that I'm definitely going to be on the Steve Harvey show because this is my whole thing in my head, right?
Okay.
That is going to come true.
Okay.
So I get on the Steve Harvey show. He find me a husband, right? See,
Oh.
right? Then,
I thought you said he wasn't looking.
no, he find, I wasn't looking. I
Oh.
said he find me. I didn't say I
Okay.
find him,
Okay,
right?
no problem.
Right? Because as far as I'm concerned, Steve Harvey, Ellen, like I have this thing, it's even on my vision board, that I'm on a table with the likes of Steve Harvey, Ellen, Oprah, Tyler Perry, definitely going to be my mentor. They don't know it yet, but I definitely already see it.
Okay, we put it out.
Right? No, definitely, it's 100%. I have no doubt in my mind.
Okay.
And I always said, it's what you vision you see for yourself. I see myself on red carpet events,
Yes.
doing TEDx talks. You're gonna be calling me back like, Patrice, can I get an autograph? So I'll have to sign something now because I don't know, I'll be too busy,
To
right?
come after I have. Well,
I said, yeah, I'm gonna sign
okay,
it now.
no problem. No problem.
Okay.
So I don't want to mess around. Power and control.
Right, I want my show to be a huge network. Like at one point I said own networks, but I'm like, that might be too small. I want like a major network, like a NBC or ABC, but a major network. But a lot of stuff, is streaming on different avenues, but it could be on a major network. I did a one-woman show called Frustrated, which is basically frustrated trying to find a man, and I performed it on Off-Broadway. But I would want that to be like all over,
Nice.
like, just touring. So, but all this stuff is just so funny how I took something of unable to find a man and made it into a play, made it into a show.
Yeah.
And that's why I say
And that's
sometimes
what we do.
right,
We
it's
take our
struggles and
experience.
say, right?
Plug your social media so they know how to find you.
Okay, so it's Mss Francois, MSS Francois. The same thing for Instagram, Facebook. I have my YouTube channel. Also, I am on, you could check, if it's on Thursdays at 9:30. You could check Files Optimum, is Optimum 68, Files 43.
Nice.
So you get it on cable networks on Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx,
Nice.
Bronx Net.
Nice.
And again, 24 hours a day you can find me on YouTube. But don't forget it's MSS.
It's MSS. And listen, I want to thank you for coming.
Yeah, you should.
It's been another great episode. Conversations with Malik. I'm here with Patrice Francois. Watch out for her. She's going to be doing big things. And thank you for being transparent. And listen, I end the show like I usually do. Brother Malik loves you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Peace.